this time. I'm not the boss.
He has to start. DJ?
You ready for me? Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to those of you who are here and those of you who are streaming, including my family in the Berkshires, who are sending good vibes so that Carol and I don't mess up tonight.
We're going to be great.
We're going to be great. And we start with Hine Matov.
שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim kam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim kam yachad. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim kam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim kam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Marcel Proust taught, we do not receive wisdom, we must discover it for ourselves. After a journey through the wilderness, which no one else can make for us, when no one can spare us, for our wisdom is the point of view from which we come at last to regard the world. The book of Deuteronomy begins with these words. These are the words that Moses spoke to all of Israel on the other side of the Jordan. As Moses' life draws near, he summons gevurah, inner strength. And this is Moses' last selective teaching to ensure what the people will need when, without him, they enter the promised land. Lynn? Yes, please.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Oh, I've seen this before there, guys.
You've seen this before.
Yeah, they need a new box of matches.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav etivanu lechad likner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Lynn. Carol, take the Kiddush cup. You just hold it. Please join me with the Kiddush on page 121, on 123. You may rise. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam
Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava u'v'ratzon, inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila, lemikra hekodesh, zecher litziyad mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava u'v'ratzon, inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh haShabbat. Amen.
I don't think we want to drink this.
Nah, I don't think.
We looked inside.
Okay, so we continue. We have Lechuna Ranana on 130. You may be seated if you wish.
Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, ladonai. Narira, narira, letzor yishemu, nekima fem narbukla. Naria, Naria, letzor yishemu, peace miron
Naria lo.
Lechanu ranana, lechanu ranana,
Lechuna ranana ladonai. Lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana, lechuna ranana ladonai.
Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lanai.
Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai.
Shiru Adonai Kol ha'oretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Adonai Kol ha'oretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai Kol ha'oretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Chadash. Shiru Chadash.
And what verses are we going to be doing on Lecha Dodi on 138?
All of them.
Oh my God, we don't have time. The Zoom doesn't last that long.
And don't listen to the words.
I'm going to sing
Gonna
quietly
do
underneath the helper.
best I can.
You'll be fine.
La 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 lechadi. La 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 likrekalat. La 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 pinei Shabbat. Pinei Shabbat nikah. La 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 lechadi. La 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 likrekalat. La 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 pinei Shabbat. Pinei Shabbat nikah bela. Shamor v'tzakirar b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu eham yuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. L'shem u'tiveretz elihah. La 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 l'chadi. La 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 likrekalat. La 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 pinei Shabbat. Pinei Shabbat nikah bela. Likra Shabbat l'chuven elcha. Ki mekor habrucha. Merosh mekedem nisucha. Sof ma'aseh chaser tichach la. La 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 lichadi. La 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 lichkalat. La 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 pinei Shabbat. Pinei Shabbat nikah bela. Hidorit li Bezri, Kivero Tonai, Adonai feed me la 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 likodi, la 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 likrola, la 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 Pinei Shabbat, Pinei Shabbat Nikapela. Everyone turn around
and greet the Shabbat Queen.
Beva Shalom, Ateret Balat, Gab Beshimcha, Utzola, Toch Emunei, Amsula. La 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 likodi, la 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 likrela, la 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 Pinei Shabbat, Pinei Shabbat Nikapela. La 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 Pinei Shabbat, Pinei Shabbat Nikapela.
As we greet each other for Shabbat. Okay, as we remain standing for the Borchu on 146. We read together on the bottom of page 149, "This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. And we continue on 151 on the bottom of the page together. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, sorry and simple. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives its form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We continue together with V'ahavta on the next page. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom halevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'divartam baham v'shiftecha v'techa uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ushartam lehota yodecha v'hayu letotafod beinenecha utavtam amizuzot betecha uvisharecha lemahan tiskeruhu vasitem otai vitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem bemet, in truth. We read together at the top of 157, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Micha Mocha, 158.
Micha Mocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha, Nedar B'Kodesh, Neratahilot, Osef Elem. Mikamocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha, Nador B'Kodesh, Neratahilot, Osef Elem. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Marikuticha, Rauvinecha, Bekeyam, Lifnei Meshach Miriam, Selenu, Onu ve'ameru. Adonai imloch, Re'olavai, who is like you? Adonai, who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai.
My father, Rabbi Melton, taught me the next prayer is one that we sing either at the bed of a patient or in those moments when we are maybe in a dark place. But it is a prayer that gives us hope and peace. And for some reason, whenever I sing it, my children know I always hear my father singing it with me in my head. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu shoreinu l'chaim.
Spread the shelter of your peace over time. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Ashkivenu
Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu shoreinu l'chaim.
Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu shoreinu l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. just sang that as a patient of mine was taking her last breaths yesterday. And for some reason, she was able to get the l'chaim out before she took her last breath. So, and we continue now with the Shamru on 162.
Shamru v'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat yasod ha-Shabbat l'doratom v'olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat yasod ha-Shabbat l'doratom v'olam v'nei. Yeah, you do this part. You do.
B'nei Yisrael,
Le'olam, Ohim le'olam. Shamru v'nei Yisrael, Shamru, Shamru v'nei Olam, Shamru v'olam. Kishet yamim, Asay Adonai, Asay Adonai, et hashamayim v'et haaretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat, la'asot et Shabbat l'dom yom v'olam. V'yom v'shvi, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'doratom v'olam.
pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. Please rise for tefillah on 164.
Adonai, 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 Svita Tusai, Adonai, Ufiagi, Tetilatecha, Adonai, Svita Titach, Ufiagi, Tetilatecha, Adonai, Svita Tiftach, Adonai, Svita Yegid, Ufiagi, Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Norah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imachot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'Neihem, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ושבט שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכות הרב להושיע, מוריד אתה, מחפי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש וכנראה קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל HaKadosh. We continue with the words in the prayer book, or whatever words you wish to say, and then we will have Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimrumav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'ako Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael.
We rise for Misha Berach. If you wish to grab the hand of the person next to you for healing.
Mishe Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We remember this evening Jerry Golner, Nancy Handley, Pat Ryan, Marlo Wiggins, Stanley Turetsky, Sandy Warshaw, Paul Wiggins, Evelyn Silberg, Dick Stone, Hannah Stampleman, Enid Elton, Andy Rosenthal, Dan Zimmerman, Joseph Spinelli, Jody Kahn, Samuel Philip, Ariel Eden, Ian Spear, Joanne Tobin, Abby Zatoun, Robert Scher, Renee Leopold, Joel Brill, Brad Dembski, Barry Fenner, Gabriel Morse, Jeffrey Amdur, Eliyahu Ben Rina, Deborah Malki, Christian Harris, Irv Cohen, June Foreman, Louise Elton, Marnie Foster Marks, Millie Marmore. Please add any other name now. Karen Rabinowitz. Mishabera imotenu bekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. My sermon. Now, you know my wife told me that I had to be short, but it is the beginning of the book of Deuteronomy, so I have to be a little bit longer. I said to you, have no dread or fear of them. None other than the eternal your God who goes before you will fight for you. Just as God did for you in Egypt before your very own eyes and in the wilderness, where you saw how the eternal your God carried you as a parent carries a child, all the way that you traveled until you came to this place on the other side of the Jordan. Words, stories, memories shape our wisdom. Jews value words. As my ancestor Rabbi Ben Bagbag taught, we turn them over and over again, shaped by our circumstances and our life experiences. Moses knows at this moment that he has to retell these last 40 years to a new generation of leaders who will succeed him. How do we approach Deuteronomy? How can we be moved emotionally and gather life wisdom by this soliloquy delivered by Moses? The rest of Torah's plot, which moves across countless centuries and miles, from Ur of the Chaldees to Haran to Canaan, from Egypt now to the border of the Promised Land, screeches to a halt. The people of Israel remain motionless at the banks of Jordan, while Moses recounts our history in a lengthy book called Devarim, Words. Reading the words, stories, and memories of this book is very different from the rest of Torah. Here, the omniscient narrator of the other books disappears, replaced abruptly by Moses' subjective voice. This is Moses' retelling, his own perspective, learned from mistakes and life experiences. Yet it becomes essential and meaningful for the formation of our own spirituality in a post-biblical diaspora. Just like our foreparents at the bank of the Jordan, each of us are forced to view Jewish history, compelled to know God, only through the words of Moses and not through firsthand experience. Our sense of alienation must have been shared by our post-exilic foreparents as well. Like them, we are far from the original Israelite experience of slavery and redemption, apostasy and revelation, redemption and homecoming. All we have left are words. The words of our people's triumphs and tragedies, absent burning bushes and flaming mountaintops. Within Deuteronomy, which is Moses' ethical will, Moses must consider how each word will be taken and remembered, how to impart the emotions he hopes to inspire and the memories important to grow within the people. Yet how can we not be filled with real awe? Despite Deuteronomy's story within a story, the words of Torah touch our minds, our hearts, our kishkas, in ways that are pure and authentic. This is what Jewish life is about, for us no less than Moses himself, feeling at home within our words, our stories, our memories as we do nowhere else. In this retelling, there is much to challenge us. How did Deuteronomy's authors and editors make such arbitrary choices about what to include and exclude, what to emphasize and what to diminish? Why does Moses spend so much time reciting poetry and so little offering concrete religious guidance? What vision of Jewish existence motivate these otherwise inscrutable choices? Over the next few months of this journey, we will have the demanding and sacred task of forging spiritually significant lives from these words. But our work is Moses' work as well. The responsibility of making choices of what to maintain and what to discard in order to make ultimate meaning in the world. The first verse opens with these words, Ele hadivarim asher Moshe el kol Yisrael be'ever ha'yarden. These are the words that Moses spoke to Israel on the other side of the Jordan. These words remind us that we now view these words of Torah from a diaspora perspective, here on the west side of the Jordan. And second, they insist all Israel, all of us, continue to learn from our teacher Moses. We who live in the post-biblical continue that ancient radical quest for truth. Day by day, we make religious choices about law and lore, peoplehood and nationhood. Those choices emerge from the words, the stories, and memories of the spirituality we live, even as they combine to fortify it. This journey, this pilgrimage through sacred words, is the best way we will approach the mystery of God. Amen. We continue with Aleinu on page 586. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kayeh haratzot, v'lo samanu mishpachot adama, shelo sam kelchenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu kekol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nehemar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, Cry for your brother and sister walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. This evening we remember these names: Minna Miller, Andy Levin, Mitchell Gasworth, Philip Kozin, Stella Bayashkaya, Ralph W. Felstein, Joseph Engel, Alan Latman, Bori Grilly, Hyman Nanas, Henrietta Snyder, Ruth Liebman, Marion Heidekorn, Robert Unger, Zelda Dichter Bloom, Avraham Avi Shahar, Laura Alligator, Etta Lax, Alexandra Silverman, Irving Apple, Stuart Landau, Rabbi H. Leonard Polar, Joan Sears, Anna Reiter, Paul W. Berger, Paula Friedman, Fred Daum, Marcus Raboy, Molly Sussman, Meyer Koch, Jerome N. Wanschel, Fred Friedman, Isidore Rosenblum, Golda Sachs, Thomas Press, Judith Lesh, Lily A. Kindly, Jerome Kaufman, Vera Werner, Sadie Steinhardt, Samuel Rosenthal, Elaine Warshaw. And now these most recent deaths: Florence Rothstein, mother of Donna and Susan, grandmother of Adam and Michael, predeceased in 1998 by Seymour, her husband of 49 years. Felicia Needleman Levinson, sister of Jennifer, wife of Richard, mother of Simon, James, and Annabelle, daughter of Susan Needleman, sister of Allison Gadlin, grandmother of Ayla, aunt of Lily and Zoe, Dorian and Maya and Sophie, predeceased in 1988 by her father, Stanley Needleman. Dr. Lloyd Landa, father of Michelle Landa Brooker and Joseph, grandfather of 4, predeceased by Jeanette, his wife of 62 years, in April. Ken Goldstein, father of Ann Gerson and Ellen Vora, grandfather of 4, predeceased by Jane, his wife of 40 years, in 2015. And being laid to her eternal rest this Sunday, Louise Levy, mother of Lynn Nidoff and Ralph Levy, grandmother of Evan, Michael, Joshua, and Carly, great-grandmother of Annie, Elizabeth, Rosie, Willa, Ethan, and Ruby, predeceased in 1991 by Seymour, her husband of 54 years, and by her older brother, Ralph. Are there any other names you wish to recall tonight? Certainly appropriately. Please join me on 598 as we recite the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yomad divra kiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayachon uv'imechon, v'chayeh dekol beit Yisrael, b'agala bizman kari v'yimru amen. Yeheh shemei Rabbah mivrach leolam olomei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalau shemei dekudashah berechu, le'elam min kol v'rata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'yoma v'yimru amen. Yeheh shlama Rabbah min shlamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Zikronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. Amen. Please be seated. You're about to get a special treat, which Carol will tell you about.
First, welcome. Thank you all for showing up here in person. How nice it is that we can all join together. And thank you for all of you who are watching on the live stream or the recording. We see you. Yes, we do. And it is a beautiful summer evening. And because it is such a beautiful summer evening, I have a beautiful summer song that brings together family. So hush, little baby, and don't you cry. Now one of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you'll spread your wings, and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, oh, there's nothing gonna harm you. 'Cause Daddy and Mommy are standing
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yes, thank you, Rabbi Charlie.
Thank you, Carol.